that. What the heart's pump, what the blood is given by the liver to the heart, liver is making. So what type of blood the liver is making, type not ABCD, the healthy, what food you are taking accordingly. So the food of the brain upon that he is thinking, that is what he sees and what he listens. This is the reason the fairy tales, the false story is not allowed, especially till 6 years. Because the power of imagination is predominant. As we are thinking like brain is doing something else, predominant, every organ has a power to predominant power to work. पहले से काम कर रहे हैं, before life, some organs are establishing, they are working after birth, some are working in the womb. So every organ is working. That is somehow predominant. पहले से है, कोई बात भी कर रहे हैं, immediate after birth. But mind start working immediate after birth. The psychic of his own life now starts. Before of that, the child mainly take the psychic life through the mother side. If the mother is happy, the child is happy. If the mother is sad, the child is sad. But we are thinking, the point that what I want to clear in the mind of all of us, including me, मैं अपने आप से भी कहती रहती हूँ कि this is not the thing that is going to deliver by Allah Ta'ala, that what he has to think. Allah has given the mind a power to imagine, but that is in our control, that what make him think he is going to think. Like what taste you are developing in the child, he is developing his taste upon that taste. Allah has given the sensitivity of taste, power to taste. Getting my point? Allah has given a power to speak, but what he is going to speak, that you have to decide. In the same way, Allah has given the power to think, but what he is going to think, that you have to decide. That is predominant. Mathematical mind is else. That power, like any other. So, what he is going to imagine, मैंने Anjum Akhtar has said that math is also from nature. That is natural, that is within us. We feel that maths, oh my God, is something else. We have to not make the mathematical mind. No, mathematics, everything. How many we are? It's maths. Right? The dimensions, the forms. Our world is a world of geometry. And geometry is one of the aspects of mathematics. Right? So maths is a very simple thing. And we have to understand that very simply we have to transfer to the child, and the method of transferring the maths later on based on concrete material, but initially that has based on you, your habit, your action, your culture, your motion. Okay? So for the imagination, for giving the strength to the imagination, what we have to do? For giving and give the strength to the mathematical, what we have to do? We have to give that sort of 1 unit, 110. So how 110 occurs, how 110 forms, how after 9 the category changes. Many of us, as we have taught in the schools, most of the children is having a problem how 20 comes after 19, how 30 comes after 29. Is that?
Yes.
This is all because of what? क्यों है ऐसा? क्यों problem है? Because of mind. Clarity is not there in the mind. The one who was teaching, who taught, not giving the clarity, and lots of things based on explanation. And the children at that state not understand the thing through explanation. The child always wants some sort of material through which he understand that what I said you, quantity and that symbol. So quantity is giving to the child first, 1 unit, 1, and then a bar of 10. How it changes, how after 9 the category changes, how the child is going, and that all the thing the child is memorizing in the mind, and that leads towards the more exercise, and it gives lots of easiness to the child to know the things about all that system. Now other is addition and subtractions are just the two sides of the same workout, so it is not necessary to exhaust all games of addition before going to the subtraction. But as the index is mentioned, so we feel that we have to first finish this and then we have to proceed the second one. It's not like that. You can go side by side, but with the complete understanding of the child mind. If you feel that the child is able to absorb, the child is able to understand along with this, so you can introduce the second one. The other thing is this: what is the next after that decimal? What is that? Linear counting. Counting beat by beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in sequence. The child is going to do the counting in sequence in linear counting, and then the skip counting is there, in which the child is going to come to know that when the number skip like 9, like 6, so what numbers is going to form and comes. That is indirect preparation of multiplication. Then memorization. Whatever the child has done in linear counting, in decimal, in mathematics, the child is there to memorize the combinations of subtraction, of addition, and that memorization leads towards the abstraction that remains in the mind to the child, and the child is floating towards the abstraction. This is the way the mathematical method we have to introduce to the child. This is all that, ma'am. Shimala, go forward. Excuse me for a minute. All that. That what I have given you, yes. It is necessary that different concepts should be realized clearly, showing that when 9 of any category is reached, you come to a newer or a superior category that you have to stay. You have to wait. Please do not give this concept in hurry. The child takes a time a lot to proceed furthermore. That after 9, how we have to... It's a complete science. It's not like that you just only make him rectify 9, 10, then 100, this and that. So the quantity you have to give to the child through which he is going to proceed it. Yes, this is all about that. The geometry we are going to show you. The geometry is all about the angles, triangles, circles, lines, fractions, and the theorem. We are not giving him everything for then and there result. We are giving everything for him to gain the better understanding through this connection in his later life. And when for 3 years everything remains in front of the child, material, younger one, elder one, the directress, so that thing remain with the child till 6 years, and 6 years means that thing remain till grave. So the child mind, when maths is going to introduce in the same way with this method to the child, nobody can stop the child to become an intelligent in mathematics. There is a system. You must have to understand.
Right. She's given us the complete picture of maths as in nature, maths as in the Montessori method. And I'm 100% positive, sure, that those of you who are students, who are here to attend the workshop as guests, if you've done your maths file, it's a superb revision. If you're going to do your maths file, it's an excellent introduction. If you're in between, well, halfway you would have understand, and then you would know what is going to happen next. If you're just almost there to give you observation test, no better way to revise. And finally, when you're ready for your November examination maybe, then all the visual aid plus the lecture would be helpful for you, and our guest would have understood the purpose of maths, because maths and Montessori, there is a lot of criticism. People say Montessori is using a lot of material and the child may be dependent on the material. What will he do when he enters the ordinary school, when he goes to class 1, he may want to do the counting on the number odds or the spindle box, but it is not like that. As Ma'am Nazra has so clearly explained to you that how these concrete material leads to imagination, and finally imagination leads to abstraction, and the child learns by connecting, and that's what Montessori is all about. So once again, and for that interesting activity that was done by Ma'am Shumala, something for the first time. We keep seeing things that happens for the first time during a lecture, to bring a point forward that you did, and you can do these things even with your kids. So a big round of applause for Shumala as well. I don't see her. Okay, and I'm going to make you draw a circle and write it. Giving instructions.
Yes, sure.
Okay, we'll take the presentation. Ma'am Nazra, sign. Take it from here. And the volunteers of North Nazmabad, you assign two volunteers that you will be seeing throughout the workshop. That's Nagina and who's the other one? Sabah at 1 o'clock. Tomorrow, maths continues without wasting any time. You just come, say hello, recitation, and you continue with the maths presentation because at 12:30 till 1:30 tomorrow we are going to wind up with maths. Maths activity is tomorrow, and Monday is all culture. So very limited time, and in the break I will give you a little explanation about the activity, but you know what the activity is all about. So Mrs. Nasra Amreen and Ms. Shumaila Shiraj, if you are ready, we are ready. Although the activity is going to be dealing with the same theme, it has to be related to the subject. It could be dramatization, it could be a stick, it could be songs, rhymes, poems. But what fits into the language modes is the rhymes and the poems and the stories, which we saw many. So with the maths, again you can have a debate, you can have an interview show, you can have advantages of Montessori material, maths material, you can have disadvantages of Montessori maths material if you are not a trained person, and but focus a lot on the maths material, because maths material play a very important and major role, and once you see the presentation, I think you will just fall in love with maths. Sorry? तो हमसे लेना London Montessori से. To tell them that London Montessori is manufacturing the material, and you cannot give the maths because concrete, then the symbol, and then the relationship. Otherwise, that is not giving maths. And the other activity that you will see, and you will see many. Ma'am, I will request Ma'am Nazra herself to explain some of her projects. That is later on when the child have understood what maths is all about, then you can make him do the different ways of counting, taking away addition and subtraction. So it is your job, your duty. If you know as trained directress that you cannot teach in the Montessori method without the material, then get the material. Stand up for your right. And we are there for you. We are there for you, and I announced this at one point that went off Mr. I'm calling him Dr. Shamim now. Sir Shamim opened the school. First he was lacking the teachers, then he started training teachers. But when there were many teachers and the teachers started to go to school, they came with the same complaint that their school, we are trained but there is no material. He said no material, okay. We will manufacture the material. So LMM, London Montessori Material Manufacturing Limited, we are all the material you are seeing. And do take a look, all this fantastic, beautifully, perfectly, scientifically made material. It is not bought from America or England. It is manufactured right here by London Montessori. And it is available for there. I told you before even that there is a display center in the head office. I will bring the price list, and the school owners, the school principals, the school teachers go and convince. Okay? So let us start with a warm welcome to the maths team, and that is Mrs. Nasa Amreen, Ms. Shumaira and her team of volunteers, and of course Mrs. Saima.
The more the lively you are taking the consent, the more the child is taking the interest, because excitement, curiosity is there, and curiosity again is one of the tendency. So take the full advantage of this tendency, curiosity, and the more you involve the child, when you are taking the consent of the child, do not leave the child, because the child is now as having a lots of sensitivity within him. So instead of coming and following you in between the stairs, any other thing, divert the attention of the child, and once that concentration which you have built in the child lost, हो जाती है, it's next to impossible to establish and to bring that level, because already the span of the concentration is very little in the child. So when you are taking the child, give a company while even you are bringing, and do not take the consent very far away from the material. So in between lots of things, when the child will see, so it's not in your hand. The other thing is this, that give the introduction of the material. So I'm going to presentation of the first group of mathematics is number rods or numerical rods. Okay, the material we have over here is 10 rods which are identical to the long rods in size and length, differing only in one respect, that the rods are divided into red and blue partitions. The shortest rod is colored red only. The second rod is twice the size of the first rod and is divided into two partitions. The third rod is 3 times the length of the first rod, having 3 partitions alternately, that is red, blue, red, and so on. All the other rods are divided in a similar way. The number of partitions in each rod represents the numbers of the rod. Now in total we are having 10 rods. Okay? They are exactly the same like the rods which we have in sensorial, the long rods. The child knows the way how to hold the rods, how to take the rods to the mat. So here it is helpful for the child. Now, then we have the aim, learning the names of the numbers, and each number is represented in one object separate from the others. Now, we are having partitions in the rods, which highlights the numbers. Okay? To help the child in memorizing the sequence of numbers from 1 to 10, he also learns that it includes all the preceding ones. The age is 3 years onwards. Now can you tell me that why the rods are divided in 2 colors? Any idea? Any idea girls? And? The concept of odd and even, good. They are divided into colors. Okay? Now the age we have is 3 years onwards. So can we start? Okay, over to Nana. Is this lovely? Yes, nice and lovely. This is the floor activity. Okay. So I want you know what we do in floor activity? What we do first? First we have the mat. Yes, Itra. So Itra, can we have the mat for an auntie? Okay, very good Itra. going to bring a material with you. एक ही है ना Look at him, it's just ready for you, you know? Exciting.